Hey guys, welcome to another video, and this is an interesting video that I'm going to be doing is because I'm talking about something that I'm not too familiar with, because I'm not a if you watch my top 10 worst reality shows, you know I put The Bachelor and The Bachelorette in that top 10 list because I hate it so much. I don't like those kind of shows. I think they're kind of stupid and everything, but I listen to my mom and my sister. They love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. And my mother went up to me and, hey, Stormy. My mom went to me and she said, do a video. Maybe you could do a video on Chris Harrison. And I said, what happened to Chris Harrison? What's so special about Chris Harrison, the host of The Bachelor and Bachelorette? And then she says, just do the research and you'll find out. She says, it's very interesting. So I did my whole research on Chris Harrison, what is going on with Chris Harrison and why he's quitting The Bachelor, or maybe he was going to get fired. It seemed like he was going to get fired, but then he kind of beat them to the punch and said, fuck you, I'm walking before you guys cancel me. So it's not quite a cancel culture. It's not quite. But it's very controversial what's happening with Chris Harrison. Okay, I'll give the gist on Chris Harrison. Well, what's happening? So the host, Chris Harrison, basically is stepping aside from The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, because he was excusing historical racism with a girl that was on The Bachelor. Her name was Rachel. What's her name? Kirkconnelly? Yeah, Rachel Kirkconnelly. Yeah, Kirkconnelly. Let's call her that. Rachel Kirkconnelly. Again, never watched the show, The Bachelor. Oh, hi. Hey, Jeremy. Never watched it, but Rachel Kirkconnelly, she was on The Bachelor, and apparently, they had to take her off The Bachelor or something like that because of her past and what she did in her past. Apparently, when she was, it was 2018, so it was about 3 years ago, she went to a party, and it was an antebellum party where people dressed in antebellum dresses and stuff. If people are not familiar with antebellum, definitely research it. It's basically got to do with kind of slavery and stuff like that. But there's also a fickle thing with antebellum as well. Just do your research on it. It's quite weird and interesting, I guess. But this was 3 years ago. She went to an antebellum party, and they found out about that, and now she's accused of racism, and they didn't want her on The Bachelor anymore, and, and basically the Twitter mob attacked her and everything, and yeah. And let me get this, I gotta make this completely clear. I'm not excusing her for what she did. I don't know her. She could be very well a very racist person. She could be a horrible human being. But I'm saying exactly almost what Chris Harrison was saying. At this party, they were just dressed up and getting drunk. That's really it. There was no cross burnings or KKK signs or anything racist or anything, other than the fact that they were wearing antebellum dresses. That's really it. And I'm not excusing that. I don't think that's okay. It's not okay, but that's really it. That's it. It's just wearing antebellum dresses. That's it. Am I excusing that? No, I'm not. Do I think people really freaked the fuck out and attacked her online, and they went after her family? They went after everything. They almost destroyed this girl's life, and I'm like, whoa, okay, calm down, people. Really calm down. In this video, I'm mostly talking about Chris Harrison because I'm on more Chris's side. Because Chris Harrison said, I don't know the full details, because he said, I don't know what's fully going on. And he said this on an interview on Extra, and the girl who interviewed him was a former bachelorette. And I have a feeling this bachelorette is just trying to take his job or something, because she just tried whatever she could to make Chris Harrison look like a horrible human being. It was pretty bad, but Chris is I don't know the full story. I don't know what to think. And he says, I don't know her. He says, but all I'm saying is we live in a very cancel culture, overly woke culture. 2 words that the leftist media do not like to hear. If you say woke or cancel culture, they'll cancel your ass. Don't ever say that shit. If you're in show business, don't ever say those 2 words. Don't ever say cancel culture or woke. 3 words, sorry. But he says, we never heard her side of the story, and we never got to hear what her side of the story was. We basically just, everyone attacked her, blamed her for everything, and we never heard her side. He's like, isn't it? He's like, don't you think we should hear 2 sides of the story of what's fully going on? He's like, and also, is it really necessary to attack her whole family? He's like, well, the messages she's been getting and death threats she's been getting, they're like going after her family. Her family has nothing to do with this. Her friends and family have nothing to do with this, but they're attacking them. And he's like, that's not okay. That's not okay to do that. He's like, even if she did do something horribly wrong, her family did not do anything. Her friends didn't do anything. Why are you attacking all of them? And then they get political and all this shit and stuff. And like, she must be a Republican because they're all racist, apparently. And it's just really terrible. And he says, people just need to stop it and calm down. And he says, and he was kind of defending her, yes. And people didn't like that he was kind of defending her because he was just saying there's 2 sides to a story. Stop attacking her. He says, I don't know the full story. He was very logical, actually. He just said, I don't know the full story. There's 2 sides to a story. All I know is you guys are attacking her online, and I think you guys need to stop that. And he says it could have been an innocent thing. They didn't know what they were fully doing, and they were just a bunch of kids partying and doing something stupid, and they just don't know what the hell they're even talking about or what any of that even means. Like, they could be just a bunch of dumb kids drinking and partying, and they don't know what's going on. Like, he says, you don't know the full story. And he's like, and if that story is what you guys say it is, then yeah, what she did was awful. Get her off the show and be done with her. You don't have to keep attacking her because that's not going to solve anything. Like he's like, I think he's like, but we live in this woke and cancel culture world, and because he said those words, people went after him, said he was defending a racist, he's a racist, and blah blah blah. And so Chris Harrison said, yeah, I'm done with The Bachelor. He's like, I'm done, I'm stepping down. He kind of copped down, so I apologize for any offense I made, and I don't even think he made any offense, really. I think he spoke very logically. I don't think he really needed to apologize. He didn't say anything wrong, really. But he said, I apologize. I'm stepping down. Bye. I think maybe I understand why he did it. I wish he didn't quit The Bachelor, because I actually thought he was a good host. Despite me hating The Bachelor very much. I hate The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I think they're awful reality shows. I think they're fucking terrible. Really, really disgusting shows. But Chris Harrison seemed like a nice guy, and if they're calling him a racist, he's worked with a lot of people of different colors, different cultures, all on the show. He seems perfectly fine with all races and people. Doesn't seem sexist or racist. And even the girl who's accused of all this, she was on The Bachelor, and The Bachelor was black. She wanted to marry a black guy on the show. So I'm like, so you're calling her a racist, but she wants to marry a black person, a black guy. It's a little weird. I don't know. Just like, okay, it's a little odd. She wants to marry a black guy, but she's racist. Maybe she is racist. I don't know the full story. I just did a lot of research and articles. And of course, a lot of the articles called her these names and stuff. And I read some of the messages people said about her online. It's pretty disgusting. Even let's just say she is this horrible person. She is a bigot. She's racist. She's this disgusting human being. Fuck her then. Fuck that bitch. If she is that horrible human being, be gone with her. Fuck that bitch. She's off the show, whatever. You don't need to keep messaging her and saying, go die, you and your family, this and that. I'm like, that will do nothing. Harassing her is not going to do shit. It's like, I'm just saying, people. Harassing somebody and talking shit about them ain't going to do nothing. So you just look like a jackass. I'm just saying. That's really fucking stupid. But for Chris Harrison, the controversy he has, I think it's only controversy because it's 2021. I feel like if this was a story 10, maybe even 20 years ago, there's no controversy. He just kind of spoke his opinion. He's like, I don't know what's happening. I just know there's 2 sides to a story. She could be good. She could be bad. I'm just saying, stop attacking her and maybe hear her side of the story and maybe kind of like leave her, stop harassing her and her family and stuff. And yeah, maybe everyone should stop being overly woke and overly cancel culture about everything. Like, that's all he said. I'm not saying like the man speaking some truth, man. And I don't think he said anything racist. So I think everything that's happening with Chris Harrison, I think is wrong. I don't like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. I'm not going to watch the fucking show. Anyways, I never did. I never really did, unless it was my mom and sister. But now my mom and sister, they're done with the show. Like, that is like their favorite reality show, too. My mom and sister love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, but they heard about Chris Harrison and they thought it was wrong. And they're like, yeah, we're done watching the show now. I agree with Chris Harrison said. There's two sides to a story. And if she is bad, then be gone with her. Don't bring her on Bachelor anymore and just let her do her bullshit thing and fuck her. But if she isn't this awful person, don't you think we should hear her side of the story? True. He just said, I don't know what to believe. I don't know. And that's a very good answer, man, because he's not going to lie and say, oh, she's this, or oh, she's that. She's a great person, or she's a horrible person. Like, he's not going to say either that. He's playing the middle ground saying, like, I don't know what's going on, but maybe we should listen to her side of the story, and maybe we'll get more information. But people don't want to do that. People want to just jump to conclusions, point fingers, and say, you're this, you're that, fuck you. Like, it's crazy. The world we live in is just nuts. It's fucking insane. So all I gotta say is, when it comes to the girl, I don't really have a lot of opinions on her. She could be a good person. She could be a horrible person. Only time will tell, I guess. But when it comes to Chris Harrison, just Chris Harrison, I think he did nothing wrong. So the comments section below, please tell me, are you familiar with the story that's going around on Chris Harrison? Do you think he's an asshole? Do you think he is a bigot? Or do you think what's happening to him is wrong and people are just talking smack about him for no stupid reason? Give your thoughts and opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.